Yes, sir.
I didn't know toilets could sneeze.
Achoo, achoo! They can.
It's nuts all over me.
In honor of the spooky season.
Ooh, there is nothing scarier than what's in that toilet.
Exactly. But yes, toilets can sneeze, and a lot of people don't know that. Think about your home. And that's where it really hits a lot of people. Some people say that it's so difficult to even get men to put the seat down, let alone the lid. And when somebody flushes a toilet or a urinal, what happens is a phenomenon called the toilet sneeze.
Okay.
There's up to 6,000 droplets that go into the air and come up to about 5 feet. On YouTube, there's plenty of videos of this done with lasers to show how much splatter actually comes up out of the toilets when we flush them.
Yikes.
Some of it microscopic, which will gross out most people, and even people that work in this industry don't realize how dangerous flushing a toilet without covering it. And unfortunately, in the United States, we don't have lids on most of the commercial toilets. So every time toilets are flushed, these droplets go into the air. Well, what's so horrible about these droplets is that anything that is in those toilets is now made airborne. A lot of studies were during COVID that showed things like E. coli and the COVID and everything else that is going through the personal waste system into the toilet. Then when it flushes, is caught up in these microscopic droplets. If you realize that the average person flushes a toilet 5 times a day. Take out the one when you get up in the morning and take away the one before you go to bed at night. That means that 3 times per day, you personally flush a toilet. That's 18,000 droplets that go up in the air. Well, they can stay in the air for up to 48 hours.
Oh my God.
So now let's say you would work a 5-day work week. That means that just in a 5-day work week, there's 90,000 droplets that have been entered into the air.
And that's from one person.
So then let's say that a small office, 25 people, that's 2,250,000 droplets of toilet sneeze that are placed in the air each time a toilet is flushed per week in an office of 25 people.
Wow. Okay, so that's pretty gross.
It is. And when you realize that there's even other videos that I've seen on YouTube that show that these droplets can go up to 6 feet. All of that stuff on the inside of a stall, so the latch, the toilet paper, the toilet seat covers, the toilet itself, the partition walls, as well as escape into the open area, to the sink, to the soap dispenser, the knob or the push plate on the door.
So this is literally any surface that's exposed to that in the restroom.
That is correct.
Okay.
And because of COVID, there's a big push for indoor air quality and understanding that these droplets are things that people are going to breathe in. So when you walk into a restroom, you're breathing all that stuff in. You're not just breathing if someone has sprayed something because there's a temporary odor.
Sure.
You're also breathing in whatever they just got done doing in that toilet. I know, it's not for the faint of heart. So kind of informing everybody of what it's like. And it is eerie, it's spooky, it makes a lot of people uncomfortable. When I'm in a lot of business meetings and I talk about a toilet sneeze, the people literally start cringing and say, oh my God, I got to tell my husband to put the lid down. Oh, I got to tell my kids I got to put the lid down. Oh my God, I don't think I'm going to use a public restroom ever again. There's things that can be done to help reduce this. Some of it is working with UV lighting, HEPA filters, proper cleaning techniques, and everything else. When you flush a toilet or a urinal, be aware that you're releasing droplets into the air that are full of all kinds of spooky things.
Nice play there. One question before we wrap this piece up.
Sure.
As you are advising cleaning company professionals, owners, sometimes team managers, when you are out training at universities or elsewhere, what do you advise them on these situations? I ask because not being familiar with the ladies' room, but the men's room has urinals and toilets, neither of which traditionally have a cover.
Correct. In the United States, they don't. Overseas, I know from some of the people that have followed up with me on LinkedIn in the past, they talk about how they have toilet seat covers and the lids that actually go down over the toilets. That definitely helps in training people. If your facility has a lid, I would say make sure you lower that lid before you flush the toilet. The other thing I talk to people about is making sure that you protect the employee who's going to be cleaning there, because usually one of the first steps we do when we go in to clean a restroom is to flush the toilets and flush the urinals. Well, if that comes up 5 feet, where's the person's head when they're flushing the toilet? It's right over the toilet. So face shields, having respirators on, even if it's, the KN95s or N95s, they should have some type of apparatus because of the aerosols that are being released into the air from the toilets and the urinals to help protect them. And then, of course, working on proper cleaning techniques and even looking to retrofit restrooms to have UV technology in them, whether it is from a gentleman here in the Rochester market that has developed it and has the patents for it, as well as looking at technology for UV and then the actual ventilation systems. And again, that's something that he does, and there is some other options out there. But look at how to protect the people. That is a big point of people getting sick in the office space, because sick building syndrome has been around since the 80s. Nobody really paid a lot of attention to it. And I read an article that talks about how a $20 spend can result in a $7,000 increase to the bottom line per person in a facility.
So between good technology, good training, and understanding PPE, all good reasons to get a consultant and a cleaning coach.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Joel.
You're welcome.